So, come June 2018, and a friend of mine and I go down to the south coast. I'm in London. We go about 100 miles down to the south coast of England to Graham Russell Drums, which is a great shop. But going through all of the sort of second-hand cymbals that he had there, and happened to come across this cymbal. And I'm not going to get it out the wrap because I don't want to get me grubby little fingers on it. But it is an 18-inch crystal thin with all the light on it. But now, okay, so the one, those of you that aren't familiar with the crystal line or the square bell, really, that's the main thing about these things. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will get there you go. So if you've never seen these before, they have square bells, and that's the overriding characteristic of these things. They have square bells, and they have a sort of a shorter sustain to them because of the square bell. And the concept for the square bell is absolutely nothing new. It was first came out in the sound creation line in the mid to late-ish 70s, if memory serves me correctly. But over the years, they did them in the sound creation line. They've done them in the alpha line for a limited run. They did them in the signature line for a limited run. They did them in the sound formula line for a limited, and that they've done them periodically. Sort of, I don't know, about every decade they seem to sort of come back and do a little run of them, and then they stop them again. But I picked this up. I saw it in the shop, and I kind of. I didn't want to let it go. I think I've mentioned before, for the last 17 years I've been reviewing drums and cymbals and things, and in about 2005 I got some crystal crashes to review, and having had a think about this now, I was under the impression originally that it was the crystal thins that I had, but it may well have actually just been the regular sort of crystal crashes, signature crystal crashes that I had. And I really wanted to buy them, but I just didn't have the money at the time. So, you know, these things I've always liked the way that these crashes have sounded. So I picked that 18 up, and then I proceeded to come home, and there was a set of hi-hats on eBay at the time, and they were a little expensive, and I thought, well, I'm not gonna go crazy at the moment. And subsequently, actually, they were on eBay for probably 6 to 8 weeks, and I eventually offered. I put an offer in. I got the hi-hats, and then there was a 20-inch crystal thin crash. A little while later, and so I bought that, and then I found a 16 as well, and then the last one that I got was actually, I think, probably one of the ones that I from the line that I reviewed in 2005, and that was as you'll see, is actually slightly different to these other ones. I've not got it to hand typically, and as if by magic I happened to stumble across the 17, so that's what the 17 looks like, and you can see, there you go, so it's got that sort of signature bronze shimmer to it. You know, it just says Crystal Crash, it says Crystal Crash, and you know, it's the weight is noticeable on this compared to certainly the 16 and the 18, you know, the crystal thins, and this is actually an 05, so this is probably the series that I actually reviewed back around that time. On these ones, the crystal thins, they've got very thin, it's very thin uniform lathing, and quite light hammering across, as well as obviously the you know, the flat bell, and all of my crystal thins and the crash, and the hi-hats are all from 08. But as I said, these have got a very sort of soft, mellow look to them, and feel as well, both physically and when you're playing them. you know, in a short space of time, I've managed to get a nice little collection together of these crystal crashes and crystal fins, particularly. And you know, I really dig them. I dig them a lot, and you know, I feel very lucky to have got them. I mean, they were not cheap. I mean, I'm not one for really spending a lot of money on you know, sort of second-hand crashes and hats and stuff, but I've spent a good bit of money on these crashes, and yeah, they are worth it. I think they're probably great studio symbols, certainly for me. I don't think I'd really want to try and take them out and gig with them. Not that I play heavily or anything like that, but I'd just be too scared to break them more than anything else. So, but anyway, thank you for watching. This is what they sound like. Hopefully you will enjoy them in the same manner that I do. Thanks for watching.